Brewed by Rianne. Brewed by Rianne. It's RC. I'm back with a new review. This one is for Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 2, Episode 8, To Serve and Protect. Let's start with Veronica Vega. She is getting ready to perform at her first headliner. She'll be headlining the first Hialeah Pride event, and my, may I say, y'all saw her daddy? My, may I just say. The Bobby versus Prince saga continues. We see Prince walk to walk into the studio to look for a tip. Tip's not there. Then Prince and Bobby get into it about who can fight, and I can fight you, and Prince froze whatever object, and my thing with these shows and the fights, right? I've seen people do some clever things to get around the bodyguards, and I think you're a pimp. You're a pimp. But if you know, by the time you hint fight, a bodyguard person is like right around the corner. Did they say something about fight? Hmm? So you gotta be clever in how you know what I'm saying, you get it in. And I think like the more you're not clever, the bodyguards notice what's escalating. Some people, the reason why they were able to get away with some hits and some stuff because they were clever. And then obviously the show from back in the days of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, they kind of slowed down on the fighting. So, but still, like, you got to be more clever than it. I feel like I don't even know if they're really arguing or fighting or if this is for the cameras. Like, that's how I be feeling because I'm like, y'all are way too cool with each other once that fight is over. Is this for the cameras? What do y'all think? And then later on in another scene, Tip is saying that Bobby's spoiled. Messy, Tippy. Chaotic. Hmm. That was tough, you know. Um I mean, what can you really say in a situation like that where you fear for your life, but you were not aware that the person that was chasing you was a cop? You know, he had to run in with the cops and turned into a high speed chase, which turned into a car crash. He got injured. The person his car hit got injured. It was just a whole melee, and I feel like the undercover um, cop cars or whatever, like y'all need to find ways to not cause these kind of like situations. Like there must be a way where, by legally, you know, if a person is like acting strange or whatever, the cop will put on their rear, whatever, you know, the noise is. And so that way someone can be aware it's a cop in the car. You don't do that. The person, regardless, yes, I know it's because of his PTSDs, and I'm sorry about that. But regardless of if he was shot in it previously or not, even me, I remember I had a situation where I was in a Walmart parking lot, not in my local Walmart, but another one that a lot of police circulate sometimes. And there was a car that was acting. I'm a very like observant person, partly because of my ADD. I can, I'm very observant. So I'm like always attentive to like what's going on around me. So when I'm driving, it really helps me to not get in car accidents and stuff like that, right? So I'm seeing this like truck. I'm a small car and I got a Nissan Sentra. I'm seeing this big truck behind me, not directly, but like I guess you can say directly, but it's not like right behind me. There's still a few feet in between, and it's acting very erratic. Like I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm driving like I'm still in the parking lot, so I'm like driving like normal parking lot speed that people don't usually drive. And I'm like, let me see what the hell's going on. Let me drive my little parking lot speed. And then at some point, I guess when they caught who they needed to catch or whatever, then I heard the and I was like, oh, it's an undercover cop car. Because I was like, it just, even me, I've never been shot. And I just got a little anxiety just seeing a car just acting erratic, and it was behind my car, and I didn't know what the hell was going on, because especially when someone's not obeying stop signs and all kinds of things behind you, that ain't normal. mm, Sorry. And chaotic, and your family, man. I know sometimes we don't want to hear what family members got to say, but young man, I don't want to get emotional, but your mom was speaking. She was speaking to everybody, the millions of viewers you guys have, uh, and she spoke very loud and clear. I saw the Twitter feedback. Shout out to all my Twitter people. I love y'all. And a lot of support for you and your mom and your family, man. I noticed a lot of people complimenting chaotic sister. Leave them young ladies alone. I'm talking about them, they beautiful sisters. And I'm like, yeah, they are, man. What? No, that was just like something random. I just kept seeing, like, I was looking at different things. I just wanted to know what people are thinking. And next thing I kept seeing that over and over. And I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, all right, I guess. No, they're beautiful sisters. And that's just the worst, to find out your family member has either been shot in the hospital, in jail, in prison, anywhere. Like, those are not easy. And I don't have a kid, but I can only imagine what parents go through. Favorite scene would have to go to Pleasure P and his dad. Um, I didn't realize his dad had a barbershop in Lauderhill. Like, I'm just down the street from over there, you know what I mean? I'm like, cool. Um, and can I say again, my, what's up with all these daddies today? Like Veronica's daddy, Pleasure P's daddy. Like, okay, we see y'all. um, and it was just a great scene to see Pleasure P release emotion, release that other side that, women be like, I see another side that you guys don't see. These are those kind of moments that I appreciate, that a man can be vulnerable. Because to me, vulnerability is not weakness. Now, allowing someone to use you is, but vulnerability is not weakness. And I appreciate him representing for the guys. Let them know, hey, you can still be emotional and be strong. You can still let out, a couple tears and be strong. And I appreciate that, he expressed into his dad how he felt, um, about his childhood, that his dad wasn't there for him. Um, it seems like they're in a better place now, but I know sometimes when you go through something so traumatic, every now and then it kind of comes up again. So I just pray that he and his dad has an amazing father and son relationship in the future. Funniest scene will have to go to Prince and Bobby. Prince was like, "You can't fight me," and then Bobby threw some object. It looked like it was the notebook he was writing his lyrics on. So I'm just like, if that's your friend, like even that joking manner of "you can't fight me," like what, what you smoking? Like even if yeah, it's kind of wrong because he's straight, he's gay. So you saying that to a gay person, it can make them feel like, so what do you think, you better than me, or what do you think, you stronger than me? Like it can come off a few different ways, Prince. So I'm gonna need you to fall back a little on that. But I don't know. In these moments, people will say Bobby's wrong, Bobby's wrong. Bobby's usually wrong, but Bobby's not the only person being wrong most times. And this time, I think Prince instigated a fight, and I don't appreciate that. Don't instigate a fight and then make Bobby look like he crazy. Don't instigate the fight. Don't do that. Don't do that. You got a brand, right? You told Bobby, you coming at me in my music career, and I remember somebody on the internet was like, on Twitter was like, um, if you don't have a music career, then like what could you be mad at him saying anything about it for? But still, a brand even before you have the career is a big deal too. Right now Bobby does have a little following, and Prince wants that following, and if Bobby is, talking trash about Prince's upcoming um, music career, as much as I understand what she was saying on Twitter, but you have to also look at it like Brandon is everything. So, what if I was coming out in the music industry, but then Beyonce then was trashing me? It's kind of like that concept. I'm not saying Bobby's Beyonce, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like that concept. Like you need good branding at all times, before you're famous, while you're famous, after you're famous. So I wish them the best though. But definitely that was funny when Bobby threw that notebook. I was like, that is not proven that you can fight now. A notebook? Really? Quote of the episode. Veronica Vega said, "Sometimes I think of what I do not have and not of what I have." And what I liked about repeating that quote is that she is just reminding all of us to be thankful for what we have and when we have it, and not because sometimes you may finally, okay, let's say if you wanted to write a book, right? It took you 10 years to write the book. Maybe you would have preferred to write it in 2. And let's say regardless of when you wrote it, it's still a success. That's how good the book was. So it's still making you a lot of money. So some people, what they would do is, I want to write a book. They finally get to write a book. I wanted to be a New York top seller, what, a bestseller, whatever. It becomes that. But because it took them 10 years to get to finish the book, then now that they have all these accomplishments and accolades and awards and you know um, newfound fame from this lovely book, they have a problem with it because, oh, but it took me 10 years. Like, stop focusing on the bad and focus on the good. Shout out to Veronica Vega for just seeing more. For just seeing more. I see you, girl. For my substers, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Hello. Number one. Now, do you think Pleasure P is wrong for going on the Australian tour and leaving his group behind? Question number two. After seeing everything with JoJo this season, last season, is that someone you would call a friend or a frenemy? Thanks for tuning in. Till next time.